Well, hi, folks. Happy
Hello.
Monday. It's almost the 4th of July, Amanda. And it sure
Yeah,
felt hot yesterday and the day before, didn't it? Well, yesterday not so.
yesterday wasn't hot. That was the rainy, cold day.
Okay.
They
So,
all kind of blend together, though.
what's up with the Tri Cities? Because honestly, that messes with my allergies big time.
Yeah,
Do not like when it goes from 100 to 60 in 2 days and wind and the rest. So,
yeah. The
is that
rain helps,
normal?
though, usually.
Is that normal?
There's usually a couple of random days, but there's like, I feel like in Tri-Cities, there's not like a normal. It just varies. Like, I remember many graduation weekends in early June that were like 100 degrees, and then the
Mhm.
rest of June was super pleasant. I think it just depends.
Well, I've said that for the whole time I've been up here. The Tri Cities is not normal.
Yeah, I would agree with that assessment, I think.
And so fireworks were on sale yesterday. Jeanette and
Mm.
I were out for a Sunday afternoon drive and saw the fireworks places packed.
Yeah, I
Not so much
bet.
in Richland, but in West Richland. Do they sell the same fireworks in both cities? I was thinking
I don't
maybe West
know.
Richland has like a premium
I
fire.
could see that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and we have a couple stands over here in Pasco too that I've seen that the kids have been begging to go check out.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go do that here in a little bit later in the week because it's always fun to blow stuff up. I mean, play with fireworks.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Oh,
do
I
you?
see some people are on. Hi, Diana. Hi, Heather.
Oh,
Hi,
great.
Betty.
Hi, friends. Good to see you.
I think Heather has my feelings about the fireworks. She said no when you said, "Isn't it fun to blow some stuff?"
No. Yeah, Heather, that's smart. Well, we were praising God yesterday for the rain because
Oh, she said West Richland allows aerial fireworks.
oh, so that's why they were crowded. All right. So apparently you could buy aerial fireworks. Well, so we live right by the church, you know.
Yeah.
The people of our neighborhood did not get the memo that that is only West Richland.
Hmm, hmm.
Because
Same.
every year uh, the rockets go flying and it's already started. So, anyway,
Yes.
Amanda, I want to ask a question as we get started.
Okay.
So, I like to introduce our time together as I've been thinking again.
Oh no.
Well, I've been thinking, and that's typically your answer. So
For
no,
good reason.
it is for good reason. I don't argue that one bit. I've been thinking, did Jesus play?
Hmm.
Was Jesus always serious? Some people present, I think most of us present Jesus as being pretty serious.
Yeah.
He's talking about kingdom issues, never in a place of play, if you will. But do
Hmm.
you think Jesus played?
That's a good question. You know, I think when I look at some of the way creation is made and things like that, it's hard for me to say no. Jesus is only a serious guy. I mean, who makes an animal like a giraffe, like with that crazy long neck? Like they're just goofy looking. And
Well, I was thinking platypus because
yes, that
what is it?
absolutely, right?
Yeah.
Totally. Oh, Kelly brings up a good point too. She said, I think he did. He went to weddings and parties after all. Yeah, we look at Jesus's first miracle.
He sure did.
Mhm.
So I think we have good evidence that Jesus did play, that he
I would
wasn't.
agree.
In fact, that was one of the criticisms of the Pharisees, that he wasn't rigid enough, that
Mm,
he was not the stoic teetotaler that they expected rabbis to be. Because
yeah.
we know a few things. First, we know children played in the first century. I mean, children have always played. Uh,
Yes.
Make believe. They had. We have pretty good evidence from some of the historical writers that they had balls and they played ball games and that they played some pretty simplistic board games. They
Hmm.
had archaeology has dug up some toys like toy wagons and toy carts and such. So we know kids played. Obviously, Jesus
Yeah.
a normal kid, so he would have played. We
Yeah,
also know
Betty
that
points out too, he liked to fish.
he liked to fish, right? And most of his fishing was commercial, so could be counted work, but still. Um,
Yeah.
and we know adults played in the first century. They found dice, so some pretty rudimentary dice, uh,
Mm-hmm.
casting
Mm-hmm.
lots, maybe the same
Yep.
thing, maybe something different. They danced and they sang, and we would expect Jesus to have done that. And
Yeah.
then, more specifically to Jesus, he practiced humor even in his teaching. So,
That's funny. Betty Samuel just said, I think he probably laughed a lot.
yeah, yeah, absolutely laughed a lot. So in Matthew 19, when he talks about entering into the kingdom of God is like a camel trying to fit through the eye of a needle, that
Yeah.
would have been funny to the first century Jew, even if they were talking about the camel gate of the temple.
Right.
It still would have been funny. People would have gone, "Oh, that's ridiculous, Jesus," and they would have been slapping their knees.
Yeah.
Also, like in Matthew 7, when he talks about, don't be concerned about the splinter in your neighbor's eye, but the log in your own eye. And they would have thought, a log in an eye,
Right.
funny.
Totally. Well, the other one I think about too is when he was out walking on the water and it says he
Yeah,
walks out and he almost walked past them.
right. Yeah, he knew where he was going, right?
Yeah.
And then as Kelly said, social events are where Jesus played the most.
Yeah.
Wedding at Cana, the first miracle was turning water into wine. And by the way, and I point this out, not because I'm highlighting Jesus enabling sin, absolutely not,
Right.
but it was after the wedding party and the crowd had their fill
Yeah.
that Jesus turned that water into wine. So
Yep.
Jesus enjoyed a drink, obviously here and there. He ate meals with friends. I was just reading today about Zacchaeus, and as I prepared for one of the devotions, and
Yeah.
Zacchaeus was up in a tree trying to see Jesus. Jesus walked by and said, "Come down out of the tree." That was his first command. His second
Uh-huh.
command was, "I'm going to eat at your house."
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that. I'm going to use that technique, I think.
Or you just say, hey, come down. I'm going to come eat at your house.
Welcome to church. I'm going to come eat at your house. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. And
So when we come back, are we going to see like a clipboard go down the rows, like where we get to sign up to?
at this point, I think that's packed because we want to see anybody, even our pastor.
Right.
So here's something interesting. In Matthew 11, Jesus is talking about his critics, mainly the Pharisees. He said, Matthew 11:18, he's talking about John the Baptist and he's juxtaposing himself. He says, "For John came neither eating nor drinking, they say." So the Pharisees are saying. And then they say about him, he had a demon. Then in verse 19, the Son of Man came eating and drinking. And they say, he is a glutton and a drunkard, a friend of tax collectors and sinners. Was
Yeah.
Jesus a glutton and a drunkard? Obviously not. This says more about his critics than it does about Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But Jesus ate and drank with many,
Yeah.
including those who were considered sinners and tax collectors. So, from the Pharisees' perspective, any kind of party would be taboo,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
not becoming of a teacher of the law. Rather.
Yeah.
But come on, man. I mean, I think Jesus did play, and I can't imagine his whole ministry, that 3.5 years, that Jesus didn't have some downtime with the.
Well, I mean, with Jesus being fully human, I don't think it's possible for him to have done ministry well without having rest and some kind of just joy and fun as well. I just,
Absolutely, because it's part of our nature. See, this is part of the image that's imputed to us, and
yeah,
the image and likeness of God is talked about in Genesis at the creation that is passed on to us. And I think God is a God of play. Otherwise, we wouldn't be people of play.
yeah,
So he must have had to get away somehow from all
yeah.
that seriousness. So this is what I want to do. I want to play today a little bit.
Okay.
So the you folks out on Facebook, our church family and friends, we're going to do a little Bible trivia today. Ooh, you love it. I
Ooh.
know you love it.
In my youth group days, we called Bible trivia sword drills.
Ooh, sword drills. Here we go.
Mhm.
I'm going to just unsheath my sword, and we're going to now ask a few questions.
No, wait, are they allowed to Google?
Okay, so this is the deal.
Okay.
The first answer that's right is the one that we count. Okay. So this will either be a test of your Bible skills or your quickness getting to Google.
Okay.
And we can't, so do it whichever way. I don't care. We just
Okay.
want an answer. So the first
Alrighty.
question is a simple one. So can we track can you see the first answer, Amanda?
Yeah.
Okay. So is
Yeah. I'm
everybody
looking at
ready?
my phone. Have
Okay.
it. Have
Okay.
it tracking.
All right. So the first answer, no, let's not do that. Let's do the first question. This isn't Jeopardy here. This,
Right.
this is
Yep.
Bible trivia. All right. Is everybody ready?
Ready.
Easy one.
Okay.
Super easy. In what city was Jesus born?
Mm.
That's a good one.
Okay. Let's see.
Are they flooding in right now? We have
They
some.
will in a moment. Remember, we have like a 7-second
Okay.
delay, so we have a little pause.
Well, as you're typing that in, I want you to think about the second question. Since we talked about John the Baptist, what insect did John the Baptist, eat in the desert?
Oh, Heather Colburn, Bethlehem.
Bethlehem is the city that Jesus was born in. Okay, we're looking for an insect that John the Baptist ate. And how many books are in the New Testament?
Ooh.
That's a little bit
Okay. So you're
tougher.
just like putting them out there.
Yep. So we have two on the board. We have one off the board. Heather's won the
Oh,
first one.
Shane with locusts. Oh,
Locust
Jim
Jane.
Peterson was close behind.
Who was in second?
Jim Peterson.
Oh, Jim. Well, that was a good one.
Yep.
Okay, so we're still waiting on how many books in the New Testament. This might be a Google. And, all right. Here's kind of a trick one. How many people did Jesus feed with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish? According to Scripture, what does the
Hmm.
Bible say? How many people?
You're like not only testing their typing skills, you're testing their mental tracking ability too.
Yeah,
To
we're not playing around here. This is serious.
it is. Is this a glimpse into your how your brain fires around? Oh,
Uh,
Kelly chimed in with 27.
27 books in the New Testament is right.
And then Jim Peterson said 5,000 for the next question, I'm
Okay.
assuming.
5,000 people.
And Betty Quinn chimed in with 15,000.
Okay. So here's the thing. We still don't have the right answer.
Mm,
Remember, there's a trick to it. How many people did Jesus
okay.
feed with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish? What does the Bible say?
Mm.
So Betty's a little closer. Jim's super close. He's missing a little 3-letter word that's going to help qualify it. You know what I'm
Mm.
getting at?
I do.
I think
I
we should
do.
give it to Jim, though.
Do you?
I do. Because he came in second to Shane.
On the one
Locust.
before. So you're advocating giving Jim like a pity point? Is that what you're saying?
Not a pity point. It's close enough. Like
Oh,
Hershey's
okay.
and
Like
hand
close enough.
grenades.
Oh, there and Heather Colburn and Sandy Steele chimed in almost the same time with 5,000 men.
5,000 men. All right. So we're giving that to Jim because he posted first.
See, I personally would have advocated for giving Betty the points because,
15,000 because with women and children, it was well above 10,000 people. So
Yeah.
yeah, Betty's a good one too. Let's split that point, half for Betty, half for Jim.
Like King Solomon.
Yeah, but it's not a baby.
No.
So we're okay, I think. Uh, Speaking of babies,
Mm.
who recognized Jesus as the Messiah when he was presented at the temple as a baby?
Mm. This is a good one.
This is a good one. And there are actually two possibles. I get them mixed up all the time.
Jim Peterson's so nice. He said, give it to Betty Quinn.
Oh, Jim, you're gracious. That's great. Okay, so we're looking for the person, prophet, who recognized Jesus as the Messiah when presented as a baby in the temple.
Mm.
While we're considering this one,
Yes.
let's go to a very easy one.
Oh, a
Simple
very easy
Simon.
one. Okay. Oh, Betty Quinn says Imian.
Says what?
Imian, Imeon. Is she trying to say Simon, maybe?
Nope, she was trying to say Simeon,
Simeon, yes, that's
and
what
she's right.
Yep. Oh, and Sandy Steele was right behind her.
Sorry, Sandy. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. For you. Okay, easy one. Who is the author of the book of Revelation?
Ooh, this takes you back to Bible college.
It does. And the more difficult one, Matthew was a blank
Like
vocation.
disciple, right?
Vocation. Matthew.
Oh, okay.
Yes, the disciple Matthew was for his vocation.
Okay.
All right. And no,
Okay.
he was not a fisher.
Heather chimed in with John about author Revelation.
John is the author of Revelation.
Mhm.
Yep. Matthew was we're still looking for an answer.
Tax collector, says Jenny Page.
Jenny, you win. Yes, Matthew was a tax collector. Okay.
Yep. So, Steve, now I have an important question. Are people competing for prizes here?
No, I'm going to be the winner today. Just kidding. Yes. Are we keeping track of who's got the most answers right?
I trust them to, keep track for themselves. I think we have
Keep track for yourselves. All right. So we'll ask at the end. And yes, just like Diane Bonin won when she named Family Chat, you two will be getting a Barracuda gift card.
Woohoo.
Sponsored by Steve and Amanda.
Yes.
All right. Here's a more difficult one.
Okay.
This might be a Google one. We'll see. What tribe is the Apostle Paul from? So remember, Paul was both Jewish from one of the 12 tribes and also had Greek citizenship. Very unusual, but not in God's economy, because God knew what he was going to do with Paul, basically preach the gospel of the Jewish Messiah to the Gentiles. All right. Okay. In the Gospel of Mark, how does the Virgin Mary learn of her pregnancy?
In the Gospel Mark. That's
an interesting one.
That is.
It doesn't have to be that specific. We'll take
Sandy Steele says Benjamin. Betty Quinn says Levites.
Okay, so good answers both. Benjamin is the tribe that Paul is from. Okay, Sandy. We got
a point.
Okay, the question though, Sandy, is did you Google it? You don't have to answer that. I'm not asking that question. Let's see. Oh, here's a good one. Who's the high priest of Jerusalem who put Jesus on trial?
Okay, so, Kelly said an angel told her as far as Mary, her pregnancy
being. An angel did tell her, and the angel is actually named. So we're going to go. This is for double points. What's the name of the angel? Go.
Mm.
And while we're waiting on the name of the angel, who is the high priest of Jerusalem who put Jesus on trial?
Ooh.
So the temple guard went and
Uh-huh.
arrested Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane and took him to the
Yep.
temple priest, high priest.
Jenny came in with an answer. Gabriel. And Sandy again, right behind her.
Sandy, I'm almost feeling sorry for you. Wait, I'm over it. Poor Sandy. Let's see. So we're still waiting on the high priest. You know, if Sandy and I weren't friends,
Yeah.
she might get her feelings hurt. But I talked to Sandy this morning, and I didn't ask her this question, but I got the sense that we are still friends.
Well, maybe you'll have to call after this and check again.
I might owe her a barracuda just because. All right.
Yep,
So
Sandy said, good thing we're friends.
good thing we're friends. All right, I'll throw you a softball. Here's one. How does Judas signal Jesus'
Oh, we
identity?
have an answer for the others.
Okay, let me ask the question first. How does Judas signal Jesus' identity to the Roman officials?
Ooh, okay.
Who's the
So
high
Betty
priest?
was the first one, and she said Caiaphas.
Caiaphas.
Yep.
Good job, Betty. And Sandy, you were in second, I bet.
No, Kelly was.
Oh, Kelly. Okay.
It's because Sandy was talking to you when she said, good thing we're friends.
Yeah.
Oh, but here now Sandy came in with a kiss for Judas.
Well done, my friend.
Yep.
Yes, Jesus was betrayed by a kiss. All right.
And Jenny came in second there, and Jim Peterson in third. So people are, really
Oh,
answering
you guys,
fast.
see, you guys know your Bible trivia. Okay. Who takes Jesus' body off the cross? A little bit
Hmm.
more difficult.
Hmm.
Who takes Jesus' body off the cross?
Now I have a personal question here, Steve. Did you know all of these answers?
I knew I only had to look at one. Well,
Nice.
I got fooled by the 5,000 men one. So, truth be told, I said 5,000,
Yeah.
uh, but it's not 5,000 people, it's 5,000 men.
Yeah.
Um, but see,
Oh, Jenny coming in with Joseph of Arimathea.
that's good. But the other ones I knew, except I got to be honest here, Anna and Simeon. I wasn't really sure which one recognized Jesus as the Messiah, because they were both at the temple when Jesus was presented as a baby.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yes, I got these.
Yeah.
All right. Oh,
So is Jenny right? Joseph of Arimathea?
Jenny is right.
Yep, she is.
Okay, here's a good one. These are all New
Okay.
Testament so far.
Yeah, they are.
To what city was Saul traveling when he encountered a great and blinding light?
Oh.
What city?
What
Actually,
city?
the road was named after the city because that's where Saul
Yep.
was going.
Yes.
All right,
Betty brings up a point that so there's some people who have delay, like a phone sometimes might be ahead of a computer or
mm,
vice versa. So we
okay.
do apologize if your device is, making you come in second or third. Oh, Jenny coming in with Damascus.
Damascus. It is Damascus.
Yep. Good
Yep.
job, Jenny.
All right, let's go Old Testament for just a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Uh, what was the name of Adam's third son? Ooh,
Ooh,
I knew this one.
that's a good one.
Yep. So we had Cain,
Mm-hmm.
Abel,
Abel. Mm-hmm.
and it's an important one.
It is.
All right. While you're thinking about that one or Googling it, we're going to ask something a little bit easier.
Betty
Ooh.
said, good thing I don't like coffee because of the delays.
Who's Betty said that?
Betty, yeah,
Oh,
Betty
Betty.
Quinn.
Oh, poor Betty.
Sandy Steele says Seth.
Seth. Yes, of course it was Seth.
Oh, and then Kelly and Betty were right behind.
Oh man, see, I'm thinking Betty might be winning this thing. Um, all right. How many sons, easy one, how many sons did Jacob, also known as Israel,
Israel. Mm-hmm.
have?
Mm.
Oh, here's a good one. My money's on Betty for this one as we're waiting on the other. Which
Okay.
tribe of Israel looked after the religious aspects of life?
Mm. All right.
Betty's already answered this one right. Let's see if she can get to the answer.
Oh, Kelly said 12.
12 tribes of Israel. Yes, that is true.
Yep.
All right.
Good job, Kelly. That master's in Bible studies paying off. Master's of theology.
I thought it was in Bible trivia. Either way.
Oh, and then Kelly also chimed in with Levites.
Ah, my money was on Betty for sure.
I think her device is delayed because she
I think
chimed
she
in with
is
the
too.
12. Yep.
Okay, here's a good one. On which day of the year could the high priest enter the holiest place, known as the Holy of Holies,
Mm-hmm.
the innermost part of the temple where the covenant box was kept? On what day of the year? Mm, oh,
Hmm.
I knew that one too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised at how many of these I actually do know. Because I thought, ooh, I don't know if I'm going to know a lot of these, but
Really? Because I thought you were very trivial.
that's what they say about all youth people, the youth group,
You
and all
trivia.
that.
Trivia. Okay.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Uh,
Jenny
you know,
says Yom Kippur? Question mark.
not well,
Jim says Passover.
right. Uh,
Kelly says Day of Atonement.
right, but actually, they're both right. Yom Kippur, right,
Yep.
is the modern understanding of the Day of Atonement.
Yep.
So we're going to give it to Betty. It is the Day of
It
Atonement.
was Jenny
Oh,
that
Jenny
chimed in
said
with that.
Yom
Yeah.
Kippur. Oh, then let's give it to Kelly.
Okay.
You know what? I'm giving it to Betty anyways. Betty, good job. Kelly and Jenny do not get a yes for that, but Betty does. Okay.
Well, Betty threw in the piece of trivia that she said, I only know he wore a rope around him so he could be pulled out.
Okay. So that's where
Jenny seems pretty offended, though, Steve.
she seemed pretty offended. What words did she use exactly?
She just said, wow, with a
I
lot of extra letters.
I know. All right. Let's end with an easy one.
Okay.
Last one. From which part of Adam's body did God create Eve?
Jenny's getting committed because she said, we're talking about coffee. This is serious business.
You know, I agree. That's true.
And from Barracuda, no less.
I
So,
know. It's her favorite.
mhm.
Yeah, if you want to bless Jenny, buy her a killer caramel
Mhm.
from Barracuda. Actually,
Oh, there we go. Sandy Steele came in first with that one with rib.
rib.
Mhm. Mhm.
Excellent. And what I'm
Yep.
having for dinner. So we're going to stop there.
Are you gonna? Should we ask people who? So put in how many
Just
first
put in
place
how many right
answers,
answers you got, folks. We're going to trust you.
right answers, or how many they got first in
Oh, yeah,
first. Yeah,
first right answer. We called the winner of each question. If you were
yeah.
the called winner, how many were you called winner of? You know what? We could have made this super simple, but I don't know.
You overcomplicated something? That's so
Yeah, that's
surprising.
so not like me. Yeah, exactly. I overcomplicate everything.
Heather Colburn says you're having Adam's rib for dinner.
I didn't ask what the guy's name was.
So Sandy
If
Steele
I
had
do, will that
four.
make me Eve? It's weird. Now we're going to deep places.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Sandy
so
Steele had 4. Heather
oh,
Colburn had 2. Jim
okay,
Peterson had 2.
great.
We'll let some other people chime in with their score as well.
Sandy had 4 and all those seconds. Wow.
Yep, I know. Impressive. I think that Lyric caught the memo that we were just playing today because he is boycotting his nap. He's sitting in his bed just talking to himself and playing as well. So,
I wonder if Jesus did that as a boy.
mm,
I
it's a
bet
good
you did.
question.
I bet you he did. Yeah. Well, you know, though, the the Gospel of Thomas
Mm-hmm. Yes.
says that probably by Lyric's age, Jesus was already killing and then healing birds to show his
Yep.
power, his strength.
Yep. I know. It's an interesting one.
Yeah, not true.
Yeah.
And you wonder
Nobody
why it
else
was left out of the canon.
yeah. Nobody else is chiming in with their scores so far. We only have heard from Sandy and Heather and Jim.
Okay.
I know there were some other people that got right answers though.
Well, yeah.
Hmm. So Kelly, what was your score? And Betty and Jenny. Oh, and Donna Brown says she just wants some credit. She said I got them all. I was just too slow to answer.
Yay,
So
Donna.
yeah.
No doubt about that. I know that's true. Donna's smart.
Yep. Absolutely. I like Heather's take on Lyric boycotting nap. She said if he was fully human, I'm sure the nap boycott was on.
Well, yeah, yeah, no doubt. It was on.
I would agree.
It was fully human.
Hmm.
Yeah, strange when you start to think about the things Jesus did, like if he was fully human. And
Hmm. Hmm.
but he had to have had friends and played. You know, maybe I mean, honestly, perhaps even sassed his mom.
Yeah, I wonder about that.
I wonder.
Oh, look at how this is how great our church family is. Kelly said, I had 3 or 4, but I defer to Betty or Sandy. And
Oh,
then Betty said, Sandy works hard for church. Give it to her.
oh, look at
And
them.
then Jenny said, I give my points to Betty. So everyone's just like giving away their points to
Oh,
each other. It's so sweet. I love it.
that is sweet.
So what are we gonna do, fearless leader? What you gonna do?
I'm going to delegate the choice to you.
Well, since you did give Sandy some emotional grief
I
during,
did.
I think
She
she may
deserved
have
it.
may have earned it. Plus, Betty said she doesn't like coffee.
Okay, so Betty, I want to know, what do you like so that we can reward you one of these.
That's true. Maybe we have a
Right.
dual prizes. So yeah, Betty Quinn, what would be an appropriate prize for you?
That's right, for people who don't like coffee. So Barracuda does like, oh, okay. This sounds like a commercial for them, which is fine by me. I love that place. They make a blended lavender lemonade. All
Yes.
right, listen. This is an adult Slurpee, period. That is all that it is. I don't
Yeah.
even know how they can sell it under any other name except adult Slurpee.
Hmm.
But it is
Hmm.
delightful in the summer. You get a blended lavender lemonade.
Yes.
Delicious.
That kind is really good.
It's very good. So they do other stuff there at Barracuda too.
Yeah. And Jenny points out fruit smoothies,
Fruits.
and Heather Colburn says ice cream. They
Yep.
have there too. Yep. So they do have other options.
You know what they don't have anymore though?
What?
Cuda cookies, and it bothers
Mm.
me. Oh, I love
Oh,
them.
okay. Betty says she's so honest. She said, "I really didn't win, delayed, and only really got Simeon first. I am a Diet Coke addict."
Oh,
So,
Diet Coke. We can hook you up, friend.
yeah, Steve, I think that's something you have been sharing
I
about
know. Yeah. I knew I liked Betty. I like her more now.
because you guys share an addiction
Oh, we
to
share an
Diet Coke.
addiction, and when you
Yes.
share an addiction, it's like, you know, Pals forever, Betty. All right. We better move on to announcements
Yep.
and information. This was certainly fun. So we've covered that piece. What do we
Yes.
have on? What do we have now that we're nearing the fourth month of quarantine? That's a third of the year.
I know. It's surreal. I can't believe it's still happening.
Yeah.
Um, So, yeah, just a few announcements. Kelly brought one up on Thursday that I think is good to remind people of that our announcement sheet and sermon notes and all of that are available, and the bulletin, worship bulletin, are available on the website every week for worship. So she usually uploads those on Fridays. And so if you're missing having your blue sheet or wanting to see what's going on still around the church and things like that, feel free to go to our website, and under the worship with us part, I think is where that is. And if you haven't checked out our website lately, you're going to be really confused when you go on there because it's completely updated. It looks great, actually.
Yeah.
Um,
Pretty easy to navigate.
it is really, really easy. And then other than that, we have our new normal goings on. As a reminder, Pastor Corey's Bible study is on a break for now, for the summer, I think is what they were saying, or the foreseeable future. And then we have living room worship is still happening. It was a great one this last week, and we'll
Yeah.
do that again on Thursday as well. And other than that, we look forward to worship this weekend. So it's still about a week away, but I know these weeks are flying by. So
Yeah, a couple of things that come to mind.
yeah,
Still doing my devotionals, really enjoying that. And I hope you,
yes, new series.
yeah, new series starting today, Fishers of People. And so we're going through the scripture texts that help us to understand better and how to evangelize, to share our faith, and to make disciples, which is not a request, but a command of Jesus to disciples.
Yeah.
And I would love feedback on those. You know, I'm not getting a whole lot of feedback, except people seem to be enjoying them. But if there's a
Mhm.
topic you'd like to cover, if there's a place you'd like me to go to
Oh,
record those, I would really, um, I would really like to go to some fun places around here. So
yeah.
I'd really be open to those
Maybe
suggestions.
picking a random congregation member's backyard.
Yeah, that'd be great. Guess whose backyard I'm in this week? That would be fun. Yeah. And then also remember, folks, that Jenny has made available the VBS
Oh,
packets.
yes.
They're on the website. So,
Well, no, it's registration. You can register
oh,
for
you can
them.
register for the packet.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes. And then they will be distributed on July 12th, I
Okay.
believe.
Register online to receive
Yep.
the packet, and July 12th is when she'll.
Yeah. Jenny says you can come record in her yard if you help pull weeds in the yard.
Well, I'm pretty sure Jesus said that's not going to happen until the end of days, that the seed have to go with the wheat. So I would just hang off on that.
Yeah.
It's in the Bible.
Yes. So the VBS distribution will be July 12th from 3 to 5 p.m. So
Okay.
register now, and then that's when you can come pick them up.
Thanks, Amanda. You,
Yeah.
you make sure we get things true.
And then the other thing I would add is just continue to keep our COVID team, relaunch team in prayers, as they continue to meet weekly to figure out what our next steps forward look like. None of us thought we would continue to be in phase one at this point, and so things continue to change and shift, and
And it doesn't look like we're moving in the right direction, does it, Amanda?
not at the moment.
Yep.
So, yeah. I think that's kind of all that we have. I know there will be a new preview out soon as well, and so we can be looking forward to that.
Yep. Well, it's been great. What a fun day today was.
It
Enjoy
was.
all of your company. uh, and so maybe you could close us with prayer, Amanda, and then we'll
Absolutely.
let our folks get back to the business at hand.
Yes, we'll do.
Thanks.
God, we thank you that you are a God who created us to love play, to connect with other people in that way, and even to connect and experience you in that. Help us this week to seek some of that out. Help us to remember that we don't have to make an excuse to play and to relax and to find joy, God. But you are a God who provides true joy. And so, Lord, help us to carve out time and space to just appreciate what it is that you have given us, to appreciate our life and our world, even in the broken and chaotic state that it's in. God, I thank you for the blessing of just getting to spend time virtually with these brothers and sisters, these other RLC people. They're such an amazing group, God, and I continue to be in awe of this body that you are knitting together and growing even as we are apart. Give us your patience. Help us to reflect your grace and your light and your truth into a broken and hurting world. It's through your son's precious and holy name that we pray. Amen.
Amen. Well, thank you, Amanda. Thanks, everybody. Don't forget, we have a holiday that's this week. So grab some burgers and dogs and some ground fireworks, but play, have
Yes,
fun, enjoy each other.
absolutely.
We love you. We miss you. We'll see you soon.
Yes, love you guys.